Alright, week 4 recap. Started Thursday. Cincinnati beat Miami 27-15. Of course, had the Tua injury. Cincinnati, they played alright, but once again, their offensive line, didn't look good. They couldn't run the ball. They need to get that situated. They're going to get Joe Burrow killed. But they needed that win, get them back to 2-2. Minnesota went to London, beat New Orleans 28-25, kicked a bunch of field goals. Kirk Cousins was Kirk Cousins, just average. New Orleans didn't have Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. Once again, Alvin Kamara not playing football. I don't know when the last time Alvin Kamara was actually good at football. I need somebody to tell me that. When was the last time he was good at playing football? It wasn't last year. And he's only played one game this year. Atlanta somehow has 2 wins. I don't know. They beat Cleveland 23-20. And the game of the backup quarterbacks. You got Jacoby Brissett. As good as Brissett played against Pittsburgh, he comes back against Atlanta, who has a terrible defense, and he's trash. And Marcus Mariota, I don't know how they won this game. He was terrible. He really, at this point, Atlanta might as well just go to the rookie. I can't remember his name. Because Marcus Mariota, they're giving him a second opportunity to be a starter, and he's just terrible. Dallas beat the Commanders 25-10. Well, Ron Rivera, Dan Snyder, we got a quarterback. We got us a quarterback. That's what they thought. They all thought they had a quarterback. Talking a lot of mess all season. Hey, we upgraded the quarterback. Gave him a whole bunch of money. Didn't do nothing to upgrade the team. The offensive line is terrible. And Carson Wentz, this is why he on his 3rd team in 3 years. He holds the ball too long to throw the ball down the field. He ain't accurate enough to be throwing short passes. Cooper Rush, 4-0. But the Cowboys, they didn't run the ball well. But they made some plays, and defense got after the Commanders, got their win. The high scoring game of the day, Seattle beat Detroit 48-45. And the opposite of Jacoby Brissett and Marcus Mariota, Geno Smith getting an opportunity. He thriving. He taking advantage of it. He's playing great. He's not making mistakes. Not doing anything stupid. He got receivers and he using them. He getting the ball to them. They running the ball. And they got, Seattle got 2 wins. Detroit scored 45 points at home without their 2 best players. Without their 2 best offensive players, they still scored 45 points and lost. So, that hard nut stuff, man. It might be wearing out because their defense is just trash. And Jared Goff was, putting up some numbers. Tennessee, 24. Indy, 17. Indy blamed Carson Wentz. Well, who they blaming this year? They can't run the ball. They keep getting down early and got to come back late in every game. And it ain't working out for them. Ryan Tannehill was solid. Tennessee get their 2nd straight win. Oh my God. Giants beat the Bears 20-12. I don't know what kind of football the Bears are playing. The Bears are not playing modern football. Justin Fields, he finally got more than 10 completions in the game. He's completed 30 passes in 4 games. I don't know what they're doing. It's 3 yards a caught of nothing. I don't know what kind of football they think they're doing. The Giants, Daniel Jones was good enough. Good enough with his legs, not his arm. But they 3-1. Philly beat Jacksonville. They had this early. They was up early. But, they're a young team. Still making some mistakes, but they're going to be there in a lot of games. They're going to compete. Jalen Hurts went back to being Jalen Hurts. But the running game saved him. And then we get the Jets, keeping receipts. Jets 24, Pittsburgh 20. Get their 2nd win. Zach Wilson first game. Wasn't great, but when it mattered, he came through. They got some young talent. And, they might be a year or two away. Mr. Trubisky, well, he had his time and he didn't get his job done, man. He didn't take advantage of it. They brought Kenny Pickett in and gave a little spark, but Pittsburgh won. Once again, their offensive line, they can't run the ball. You would think they would just run the ball all over the Jets, get a lead, and just grind this game out, but they couldn't do it. They can't run the ball. I mean, Kenny Pickett came in, he threw 3 interceptions, and he still had a better quarterback rating than Mitchell Trubisky. That's how bad Trubisky was. So they had no choice. They had to put him in. The game of the MVP quarterbacks, he had Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Buffalo 23, Baltimore 20. Baltimore again blowing a big lead. But I wouldn't worry about Baltimore. They're still a good team. They're going to be there in the playoffs at the end. Allen and Jackson didn't play that well. But it was a game. It was in Baltimore, It was rain, sloppy field, a lot of fumbles and turnovers. You had Houston. The Chargers went to Houston, beat them 34-24. I mean, it was just an easy win, really, for Chargers. But Houston, they hung around. They did some things, but Arizona beat Carolina 26-16. Baker Mayfield, I think Carolina, they know, this is a tank job. They got to get them a quarterback in the draft next year. Baker Mayfield, once again, he's blowing his opportunity. Arizona, they're 2-2. They don't look good in the first half again. And watching Kyler Murray play, I don't like watching him play. It's just weird. Little short midget out there running around. You watch Lamar Jackson, he gets pressure on it, get out the pocket, just take off and run. I feel like Murray he's just running in a circle in the backfield and then takes off and throw the ball away. What are you doing? Like a little kid running away from big kids with the ball in his hand, and he just throws it away or something. And sometimes he throws it down the field and it's a completion, or he gets 10 yards and people get excited. I just don't like watching that. New England had to go to their third quarterback, rookie Zapple, however you say his name. But they hung in there. They had a chance to win this game. They should have won this game. They should have won the Baltimore game. So I wouldn't sleep on New England. They lose in overtime, 27-24 to Green Bay. Green Bay, until Rodgers gets some more confidence in those young receivers and they start catching the ball, but they'll be all right. Las Vegas finally got a win, 32-23 over Denver. They definitely needed that because, they couldn't go 0-4. Derek Carr, what are you doing, Derek Carr? Was not good. Their running game defense saved them. Kansas City went to Tampa Bay Sunday night, got a little bit of revenge. Mahomes 3 touchdowns, 41-31 over Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay couldn't run the ball, and defense couldn't stop Kansas City. But both those teams would be good. And you get to Monday Night Football, 49ers, San Francisco 24, the Rams 9. Rams were moving the ball in the first half, but settling for field goals, couldn't get in the end zone. Jimmy Garoppolo was Jimmy Garoppolo. They didn't, try to protect that man at all costs. It's we can't have you losing the game for us. But he didn't have to do much. Just throw the ball to Debo, little short screens, and let him do all the work. The Rams is Allen Robinson had 2 catches. Cooper Kupp had 19 targets. Tyler Higbee had 14. Matthew Stafford threw the ball 48 times. Those 2 guys had 33 targets. Nobody else on the team was getting any targets. Sean McVay, if you can draw up these plays, these little short routes and stuff just to get Cooper Kupp the ball, how about you do that for Allen Robinson? Just throw him the ball. The same way you do Cooper Kupp. How is he getting 19 targets? And they just, this little simple stuff. He just walk off the line, turn around, he's throwing the ball. Do that for Allen Robinson. Beat that man confidence up. You can't just keep throwing the ball to 1 or 2 guys every game. It's ridiculous. You ain't throwing the ball down the field. You ain't scoring any points. And Stafford has too many turnovers. I mean, their defense is going to be good at times, and they're going to be good at times offensively if they get to the playoffs. But that's enough of that. And the Monday night team, man. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, Joe Buck is fine, but Troy Aikman is just terrible on Monday night. Like, really terrible. He talks too much. He talks too much about nothing. He never saying anything. Now you're a former quarterback. You want to get some analysis. Like, Matthew Stafford do something stupid, say it. You can criticize Matthew Stafford. That was a terrible pass, a terrible decision. Say something. Then you turn to the Eli and Manny, and you get crickets. They don't say nothing. You thinking you getting Peyton Manning, 2 quarterbacks, you're going to get some breakdown of quarterback play, like some footwork stuff, some release. Like, how does Matthew Stafford's feet move in the pocket? How does his ball come out of his arm? Is it a quick throw? Is it a quick release, guys? He's wound up, all that type of stuff. That's what you want. You don't get none of that. Like, Peyton barely talks. So they need to switch, put Buck and Peyton Manning together. Put Troy and Eli. Because Eli don't talk that much, and Troy can talk way too much. I don't want to hear that. They need to switch that Monday night crew up. But yeah, that's week 4.